Have you ever felt joy one moment, then sorrow knocking at your heart the next? Jalaluddin Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, compared our human heart to a guest house. Every morning new visitors arrive, happiness, sorrow, anger, or peace, each one comes uninvited. But why did Rumi call even pain and grief honored guests? Let us enter his wisdom. Rumi said, "This being human is a guest house." Every morning a new arrival, he teaches us to imagine our heart as a home. Some guests are sweet and kind, others storm and without manners. Yet he says, welcome them all. Even unwelcome emotions bring hidden lessons. Each one is sent as a test, a message from Allah, not as an enemy. When joy enters, we celebrate with open arms. We smile, laugh, and share it with others. This guest is easy to honor. But Rumi reminds us, joy too is temporary. Like a guest, it stays for a while, then leaves. If we cling too tightly, suffering begins. True wisdom is gratitude when joy comes, and patience when it departs. What about sorrow, heartbreak, or loneliness? These guests feel unbearable, and we try to shut the door. But Rumi teaches, even if they are a crowd of sorrows, who violently sweep your house empty, still treat each guest honorably. Pain empties the heart, making space for something greater. Grief carves a deeper well, preparing us for more light. Rumi reveals that every dark emotion carries a secret gift. Anger teaches us patience and self-control. Grief softens our pride and awakens compassion. Fear pushes us to turn back to Allah in dua. These difficult guests polish the mirror of the heart. Without them, our soul would remain rough and unaware of its need for the divine. Imagine if every feeling, whether joy, anger, or despair, arrived carrying a sealed letter from Allah. Would you slam the door? Or would you open it with humility and learn? Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, reminds us that emotions are not accidents. They are part of Allah's decree, carrying lessons to guide us closer to truth. That is why he says, they may be clearing you out for some new delight. Anger is often the most unwelcome guest. It burns like fire and makes us ashamed. But Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, saw even anger as a teacher. Anger exposes wounds inside us. It reminds us of our weakness, pushing us to seek control and purification. Instead of denying it, he teaches us to observe it, welcome it, and then learn restraint for Allah's sake. Fear knocks on the door suddenly. We tremble and hide. But Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, says to let it in. Fear is the guest that humbles us. It reminds us we are not in control. It guides us back to Allah's protection. By welcoming fear, we turn it into tawakkul, trust in Allah. The unwanted guest becomes a bridge toward reliance on the most merciful. Shame and guilt are heavy visitors. They whisper of failure. Yet Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, does not tell us to banish them. Instead, he reminds us they can awaken repentance. Guilt can be a torch showing where we strayed. When welcomed, shame guides us to humility, forgiveness, and growth. Even the darkest guest may be a doorway to divine mercy. Sometimes life feels like a storm. Sorrows sweep into our hearts, throwing everything into chaos. But Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, says this clearing is not random. It is like a guest who empties a room so it may be cleaned and prepared for light. Allah sends such moments so our hearts do not remain cluttered with pride, greed, and distraction. Joy is precious, but fragile. Rumi teaches that we must enjoy joy without clinging to it. When it departs, do not despair. When it arrives, do not take it for granted. Its rise and fall remind us that this world is not permanent. Only with Allah will eternal joy remain. Every guest, even happiness, is but a traveler. Rumi often spoke of grief as a noble teacher. A broken heart allows more light to enter. Without grief, the soul may stay asleep. Tears wash away arrogance, preparing the heart to receive wisdom. Grief may feel like destruction, but it is secretly a construction, a rebuilding of the heart on stronger foundations. Hospitality is a great virtue in Islam. When a guest comes, we honor them even if they arrive unexpectedly. Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, extends this principle inward. Your emotions are like guests. You do not slam the door in their face. Instead, you greet them, learn their message, and then let them depart with dignity. Each visit leaves you changed. One mistake we make is claiming emotions as our identity. I am angry, I am sad, but Rumi says they are just visitors. You are the host, not the guest. Anger, sadness, joy, they come and go, you remain. The soul belongs to Allah, guests pass through, but the house remains standing. This truth frees us from drowning in temporary states. Why does Allah send us painful emotions? Rumi explains that even hardship is mercy in disguise. Just as illness makes us value health, sorrow makes us value joy. Without contrast, we would remain blind. Difficulty drives us to seek Allah. Each tear becomes a prayer. Each hardship opens a hidden door of mercy. Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, echoes the Quranic truth. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. He urges patience with every guest. If sorrow arrives, no ease will follow. If anger knocks, peace is near. No guest stays forever. Patience is the carpet we lay out for each visitor, trusting that Allah sends only what the heart can endure. Not every visitor is dark. Some emotions come to remind us of blessings. Gratitude enters softly, opening our eyes to what we already have. Rumi says that when thankfulness visits, honor it. Gratitude multiplies joy and turns even small moments into treasures. This guest teaches us to see Allah's gifts everywhere, from the food we eat to the breath we take. Contentment is a rare and precious guest. Unlike fleeting happiness, it lingers quietly, teaching us to be satisfied with what Allah has written. Rumi reminds us that contentment makes the poorest man rich. When this guest enters your heart, do not ignore it. Sit with it, learn from it, and let it show you the beauty of trusting Allah's decree. After storms of sorrow, another guest appears, hope. It is like dawn after a long night. Rumi teaches that despair is never permanent. Just as seasons change, so too do emotions. Hope whispers that tomorrow will be better, that Allah's mercy is near. When hope visits, let it strengthen your faith, reminding you that every difficulty has an exit. At times, despair itself comes to sit heavily in the heart. Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, says not to chase it away with force. Instead, recognize it, then turn it into dua. Despair is a reminder that our strength is limited. It pushes us to call upon Allah. By welcoming it gently, despair can become the very door through which mercy enters. Love is the most powerful visitor. Rumi spoke endlessly of love, for it lifts the soul toward the divine. Human love may open the heart, but true love directs it to Allah. When love arrives, it transforms every moment into worship. This guest teaches us that the soul was created for connection, and the highest connection is with the Creator. Each guest, whether joy or grief, teaches humility. Rumi explains that emotions remind us we are not in control. We cannot stop happiness from leaving, nor can we forbid sorrow from entering. By accepting this, we bow before Allah's wisdom. The revolving door of emotions humbles us, teaching us surrender to His will. Rumi reminds us, the house is not ours. The heart belongs to Allah. We are only the caretakers. Guests come and go by His command. Our task is not to control arrivals or departures, but to treat each one with dignity. In this way, the soul learns adab, spiritual manners before the decree of its Lord. Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, described the soul as a mirror. Emotions, whether light or dark, polish that mirror. Anger scrapes it, sorrow washes it, joy brightens it. Every guest leaves a mark, shaping the soul into clarity. Through patience and acceptance, The mirror reflects truth, showing us who we really are before Allah. When we resist emotions, they grow stronger. Rumi teaches that slamming the door on sorrow makes it pound harder. But opening the door, welcoming it, and allowing it to pass turns it into a teacher. Resistance leads to suffering, while acceptance leads to wisdom. Guests are not here to destroy us, but to shape us gently. Life is a river, always moving. Rumi compares emotions to waves upon its surface. Some are gentle ripples, others stormy floods. But the river itself flows steadily beneath. In the same way, the soul remains constant beneath changing emotions. By observing the flow without clinging, we discover peace beyond the rise and fall of feelings. The secret of Rumi's teaching is faith. Without faith, emotions feel random and cruel. With faith, every guest is seen as part of Allah's plan. When grief comes, it is a test. When joy comes, it is a gift. When fear comes, it is a reminder. Faith transforms emotions into opportunities for growth and nearness to Allah. The Quran says, "Perhaps you dislike something, and Allah makes in it much good." Rumi echoes this truth. The guest you dislike most may carry your greatest blessing. The Prophet also said, "Wondrous is the affair of the believer, for everything is good for him." Rumi's teaching reflects this hadith. Every guest brings benefit if we welcome it with patience. Rumi often reminded us, do not try to control the guests. We do not decide who arrives or when they leave. Our task is only to host them with dignity. Control belongs to Allah. By surrendering, we find peace. The guest house of the heart becomes calm, even when storms rage outside. Surrender is the key to inner freedom. Every emotion prepares us for the next stage of life. Rumi teaches that sorrow deepens the soul for future joy. Patience builds strength for greater trials. Joy reminds us of paradise, grief of the dunya's fragility. Each guest trains us for the journey toward Allah, making us ready to stand before Him purified. The guest house is not about comfort, but wisdom. Rumi, may Allah have mercy on him, wanted us to see that emotions are not accidents, but teachers. By hosting them, we discover the soul's depth, Allah's mercy, and the meaning of life. What once felt like chaos becomes a school of the heart, teaching us truths no book can explain. At the end of life, the final guest will arrive, death. Rumi called death the wedding night of the soul, the meeting with the beloved. All other guests prepare us for this last visitor. By learning patience, trust, and acceptance through emotions, we learn how to welcome death with peace. And beyond death, no guests remain, only eternal joy with Allah.